It is the Corona Cero post show for finals day at the Vivo Rio Pro presented by Corona. Remember Corona Cero, all natural ingredients, 0% ABV. I like mine with a lime, and I hope you like the show. We're gonna wrap up all of the happenings here in Saquarema, this beautiful beach town, about 70 miles east of Rio de Janeiro proper, but the whole city unloaded on the beach here at Italo to see a back-to-back win by our women's champ, Katie Simmers, and an emotional, exciting victory for Italo Ferreira in a final with Yago, Dora, all Brazilian final, Caipo Guerrero, along with Jesse Mendes, Micho Salazar. Jesse, I'm gonna start with you. You gotta be proud of all Brazilian final. The boys came out here and showed out.
I mean, what I'm more stoked about is the fact that they were the two best surfers of the event. The 4 best scores was for them too, and the type of surfing they were doing, the type of rhythm they had in the ocean was deserving to see them in the final.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers add up, right? And that doesn't always happen in competitions. Sometimes, you know, there's some weird, you know, buzzer beaters. There's some circumstances that don't happen. But this, I agree with you. The 2 best surfers in this event won the men's division, Mitchell.
Yeah, they definitely did, but you can't go back or past the consistency, out of the 2 guys that were in the final too. Italo's won 2 out of the last 3 events, Caipo. I mean, he came from being really far behind in the rankings to now being nearly in the top 5. Same thing for Yago Dora. He's made back-to-back finals on the CT.
Yeah, the late charge of the Brazilians in that sprint to the final 5 is real. And, you know, we looked at Italo Ferreira, Gabe Medina, as well as Yago Dora, you know, really low on the rankings after stop number 5. We'll take a look at the bracket right here. And the pathway, Jesse, for Italo Ferreira for his 9th career CT win.
I mean, that's a tough pathway. Mostly on a day like today, you get someone like Connor O'Leary that is so powerful, lays the rail like no one, and to take that one in the quarterfinals and then into Griffin Colapinto and Yago, it's like, doesn't get better than that. That's a beautiful day for Italo.
Yeah, you know, that challenge with Griffin Colapinto, that was a tough one for Italo Ferreira, especially Colapinto coming off of taking out Gabe Medina, but here's the energy that Italo Ferreira had throughout this entire event, Mitchell. Let's take a look at Italo's road to the final, his first win in Brazil.
Yeah, pretty crazy that that's a fact, but he defeated the intelligent Connor O'Leary, eventually had to go up against Griffin Colapinto, who had a couple of 7s in his scoreline, and he was just able to do enough in this quarterfinal against Connor to move past him into the semis. He used the energy into his favor, Caipo, eventually made it to this round and defeated Griffin with a big score right here with this rotation.
Oh, put it down, Italo Ferreira. And mind you, we saw that as well earlier in the competition from Ferreira. Round of 16, Italo Ferreira, 17.52 heat score. He went excellent over and over again, Jesse.
Yeah, and just the amount of intensity in every turn he was doing. Look at his floater. Obviously, he made a normal floater look so critical, and the amount of momentum and speed throughout that lip line was impressive. And right here, manufacturing that score on the final, launching that air into the flats. Look at his head right there. It bounces off. This just shows how much impact he had to absorb. And then just to finish it off, another one. Like there's, like it's nothing, like it's a little floater.
I mean, I love the level of progression that we're seeing, Mitchell, on the championship tour. We saw progression at stop number 7 at Punta Roca. We saw more progression here, stop number 8 at Italo.
Truly, and Italo was at the forefront of that with Yago in the final right here, all Brazilian men's final once again. The last 3 years, we've seen it twice. I do want to say, though, probably the best event I've seen compete in terms of competing here in Brazil by these 2 guys that were making it to the final. Yago was very consistent all event long, and of course the men's champion too.
Italo Ferreira, I mean, think of the feeling that he has right now. He beats John Florence in Tahiti in gaping barrels, and then he beats probably one of the most progressive surfers in the world, Yago Dora, here in Saquarema. Talk about range. That's a big range that Italo has in his surfing.
Definitely, and he's just, I love the rail type of surfing that he did in this event as well. So many waves, he was just relaying into that. We saw it in the final, a massive car for him, ended up falling, but would have been a great score. And yeah, he's all-around surfer nowadays.
A modest final in the numbers that Italo has been putting up throughout this event, but still got the job done in this final. Like, again, his 9th career win on the championship tour, and that ties him with John Florence. So 2 greats right now, adding up their CT wins in 2024, Mitchell.
In less than 10 years, too. In less than 10 years, he's looking for his 2nd world championship. And the one guy that left off of the Olympic team, too, Kaipo, when he was looking to defend his gold medal over there, he had an inconsistent 2023. Not the case in 24 right here.
Yeah, late charge by Italo, and a strong late charge as well. Well, in the women's division, we had a different story where we take a look here for the road for Katie Simmers going back-to-back in Brazil, Jesse.
I mean, it would have been perfect if Yago won, because both of those surfers won last year, right? But then this time was a bit different. But today, Caitlin Simmers was in such a good rhythm on the women's side. Everywhere she was gone, she would get good waves. It was just very impressive. Under priority, with priority, she was just in tune and turned out to take the win.
Yeah, and Katie, as we check out her road to back-to-back victories here in Saquarema, Katie really utilized some sharp backhand surfing, Mitch.
Definitely did, and her wave selection was always on point. She made sure to be on the best waves in the 30 to 35 minutes that she had out there. And it wasn't always pretty, Kaipo. Remember, out of the 2 champions, she was the only one that got sent to the elimination round, had to surf 3 heats today, and was always dropping at least 12 points en route to victory. The patience, we talked about it, the maturity, but also the maneuver selection. She had no issue going for the big turns out there.
Small frame, but she was so solid on her board, Jesse, to negotiate the warble, the backwash, everything that's coming at you here in Saquarema. Katie Simmers was able to ride out of some incredible finishes.
Yeah, you can't deny that she's one of the biggest chargers in women's surfing right now. The fact that she's no scared of hitting lips, we're not going to see in this case right here. Obviously a smaller wave, but she's done it all event, and she did it in the final as well. Just so impressive, and how calm and collected she is on top of the board, always hanging pretty loose, doesn't seem to be stressed whatsoever, even though she's under pressure circumstances.
Mitch, she cleaned up this final in her first 2 waves.
In the first 5 minutes of the final, too, which is kind of crazy knowing that Sawyer hadn't lost a heat up until this point either. Extremely consistent once again. Her wave selection was on point, and I really like the maneuver selection on a lot of these waves too, Kaipo. She was able to use patience to her advantage, and for an 18-year-old to compete like this in Brazil and get back-to-back championships, incredible stuff.
Yeah, she's the first back-to-back winner since Tyler Wright did it in 16 and 17 over there in Barra de Juca. The crowd loved it. We loved the surfing. And on top of all of this, and on top of all the accolades for Katie Simmers, she's also, Jesse, clinched her spot in the Lexus WSL Finals.
I mean, expectable, right? Like the type of year she's been having, she deserves to be up there, and just creating a huge gap into 2nd place, and everyone to catch up to her in the last event. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, we can't wait to see what she's going to bring to event number 9. Look at those numbers. A 7.83, 7.67, like you said, Mitchell, done really in the first 6 minutes of a 35-minute final.
Yeah, and she's the only American that's won here twice, which is absurd knowing how good Courtney was, how many finals Lakey was able to make here in the past. So a big number right there in just her first 2 years of competing at this venue, Kipes.
Yeah, and a bright future. I want to also mention Sawyer Lindblad in her 2nd final in a rookie season. Sawyer Lindblad, that surfer from San Clemente, Jesse, is going to be one to look out for, not just this year, but for a long time in the future.
100%. And yes, she's definitely one to look up for. Very young still, a lot to mature, and once she does, man, she's gonna be so dangerous, because she already is.
Yeah, she sure is. Well, I think it's time. We're gonna go to our Natura Kayak Wave of the Day. We could feel the power of freshness with us as we check out the Wave of the Day, and it was expected to be from one of our top performers, our runner-up here at the Vivo Rio Pro presented by Corona. The Natura Kayak Wave of the Day goes to Yago Dora, Mitch.
Yeah, and not only was he impressive in the air once again, he was able to lay it on rail for one of the highest scores of the event. This was a 9.33 in the semifinal against Jordy Smith. Jesse, you were able to call this heat. Not only was he impressive in the air, the rail surfing just as good from my perspective.
And are you kidding me? This is some of the prettiest laybacks you're gonna see this week, if not the prettiest. It's just flawless. The amount of flow and rhythm and style that Yago carries is amazing.
Yeah, just torqued out. Well, the party's continuing here on the beach. Seems like half of Rio de Janeiro has made their way here to Saquarema, and about 1,000 soccer balls as well, Mitchell.
Alcina's going to be played tonight. We got 2 Brazilian finalists out there on the men's side, Kipes.
Well, let's freshen you up. Let's take a look at what the men's rankings look like after stop number 8 on the championship tour. And we can see right now, Italo Ferreira, he's in that final 5 conversation, Jess.
I mean, what I want to mention here is like 5th and 6th place. They're basically tied. Whoever gets in front of the next event, it's going to make the top 5.
Okay, we got some scenarios here, and we can take some time to digest this. Yago Dora is 1 spot off, Mitchell, but next stop is in a roping left-hander.
Oh, my heart's beating too fast right now, guys. I feel for Jordy Smith right now. I feel for Jordy Smith. He's down to number 7. Count discount Gabe either. He's right there at number 8. He's a former champion over there in Fiji. I do want to say, though, I don't think that Jack Robinson's satisfied with number 3 right now. He's really good in those types of waves. And remember last year, him, Yago, and Chumbinho, they had a trip over there in Fiji, and it was quite large, Kaipo. Yeah. That kid could easily win his number 3 event of the year.
And I wouldn't count Gabriel Medina out as well, Jesse.
I'm totally with you. He's only a little bit above 2,000 points. Behind, 3,000 points behind Ethan Ewing, and that's basically a semifinals and a win. And if you pick someone to win a place like Fiji, you can pick Medina, no problem.
Yeah. Well, let's celebrate Italo Ferreira and Katie Simmers. For that, I'm going to throw it to Joe Tupel for our official awards ceremony. Take it away, Joe.
Thank you, Kaipo. Obrigado, everybody. Oi, galera. How's everyone doing out there?
Boa tarde, Saquarema!
Welcome, everybody. The official awards presentation for the 2024 Vivo Rio Pro presented by Corona, the 8th stop of the 2024 World Surf League Championship Tour.
Sejam muito bem-vindos à entrega oficial de prêmios aqui do Vivo Rio Pro, apresentado por Corona, do ano de 2024, que é a 8ª parada do Tour, do Championship Tour.
You guys are the best. Honestly, some of the best fans in the entire planet. The most passionate, the most vibrant. You guys make this event so special. Thousands and thousands of people coming down here every year to back the outstanding performances from the best surfers in the world. From huge airs that we saw today, big turns, all the air show that we have on Sunday. That was insane watching that from the sky. This will go down as the biggest event in history, the 2024 Vivo Rio Pro presented by Corona, and all of you are a part of that, which is extra special. All of our regional sponsors, thank you so much. The city of Saquarema, of course, for hosting us. Rio de Janeiro, the state government, you guys are absolutely incredible. Also, big thanks to the WSL Latin American team for all the hard work that you put in behind the scenes to make this event extra special. And once again, best fans in the world, thank you so much.
É isso aí, gente. De volta ao Brasil. E não tem uma pessoa que não fale que a energia dos brasileiros é maravilhosa, é sem igual. Graças a vocês que ficam aí na torcida. Vocês fazem toda a diferença.
Also want to thank our incredible partners, our title partner, Vivo, our presenting partner, Corona, our tour partners, Shiseido, Yeti, Bonsoy, Eventbrite, Red Bull, Banco do Brasil, the Rio de Janeiro state government, the city of Saquarema, Bamba, Natura Kayak, Maitera, EY, Florence, Surfline, and True Surf. Muito obrigado. Valeu for all the support. Got some really important people up here that make this event really, really special. Ivan Martino, the president of WSL Latin America. Thank you so much for all that you do. Also, Manuela Perez, the mayor of Saquarema, always hosting us so incredibly well. Love your family, love your town. Thanks for having us. Rafael Pisciani, Secretary of Sports and Leisure of State of Rio de Janeiro. Thank you very much. Obrigado. Also, Jesse Miley Dyer, the commissioner of the sport. Doing a great job, really proud of you. Thanks for having us and doing a great job all year long like you always do.
Muito obrigada, nossa prefeita Manuela Pérez e toda a equipe Latinoamérica da WSL, que tem feito um ótimo trabalho. Cada ano que passa, esse evento se supera e esse é o maior de todos até agora.
Now it's time to talk to our champions, our surfers that worked so hard this week to make the final. This young surfer, 18 years of age, from a place called San Clemente, California, had another shot at a final in just her rookie year on tour. Let's hear it for your runner-up in the women's final, Sawyer Lindblad. Sawyer, this year just gets better and better and better. You were lights out all the way into the final and getting to achieve another big moment with your best friend on tour. What's your biggest takeaway from another outstanding performance on tour this year?
Yeah, that was pretty incredible to share a final with Katie. We've been surfing against each other since we were 8, so yeah, that was really special, and yeah, I'm so happy I made another final this year.
Now to Rachel.
Ela acabou de falar que ela é amiga da Kate desde criancinha, elas surfam juntas, então foi uma final muito especial para ela, que é novata agora no CT, e ela está muito feliz, claro, de ser a vice-campeã.
One more time for Sawyer Lindblad, runner-up at the Vivo Rio Pro presented by Corona. Now let's hear it for a guy that you know pretty well, won this event last year, has been the most consistent surfer in the last few years at Saquarema. Your runner-up in the men's event, representing Brazil, Yago Dora. Parabéns, Malek. That was amazing, man. The way you connect with the crowd, the way you connect with everybody at home, the 9s that you threw down to another podium in back-to-back seasons. How are you taking in this moment?
Yeah, can I speak Portuguese?
Of course.
Obrigado a toda a galera que vem pra praia todo ano acompanhar a gente. Muito feliz, vocês alimentam muito a nossa energia. A gente tem muito prazer em surfar na frente de vocês. E dessa vez estou levando uma ondinha um pouco menor que a do ano passado, mas amarradão. Parabéns pro Italo, parabéns para as meninas também. Todo mundo surfou muito e valeu. Agradecimento especial a vocês aí.
Quickly, just a few words in English if you don't mind. Post mid-season cut. The fire that you had. You're at 22 in the world, now just outside the final 5. What's changed all of a sudden from El Salvador back-to-back finals, your performance in Tahiti? It's been phenomenal to watch.
Thank you, Joe. Yeah, I think I just changed the mindset, changed my approach. I'm just kind of freeing up right now and trying to be myself and surf the way I like to surf. And I've been really enjoying it. It's been the most fun few events I ever had on tour, and it's been really good. I'm really happy. I want to thank all my team, everyone that supports me, all my sponsors, and WSL for putting this amazing event and this massive crowd for showing up. It's the best vibes ever.
Muito obrigado, parabéns.
Thank you.
Now let's hear for your champion of the women's event in back-to-back seasons, your current world #1 from Oceanside, California. Let's hear it for Caitlin Simmers. You can hold it up real quick. Want to have a moment real quick with all the fans and the photos? You've done this before. All you know how to do is win in Brazil. How cool is that? Back-to-back victories. You only felt first place This place has been really good to you. How you feeling?
Yeah, all I know how to do is backside cutbacks and snaps. But yeah, I mean, I'm literally wearing the colors of Brazil right now, so I kind of have some juju over here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think probably no one knows what I'm saying out there, but obrigado.
Ela está muito feliz de mais um ano, né, ser a campeã. No passado ela também estava aqui com esse troféu. Ela está amarradona com os fãs brasileiros, todo mundo também gosta muito dela. E ela está agradecendo, falou em português, obrigada.
Also, congratulations, Katie. You're going to lower trestles for the Lexus WSL Finals to compete for a world title this year. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, that's a wild feeling.
Let's soak it in. Yeah, have some fun tonight. Congratulations. Enjoy the moment.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. Thanks, everyone on WSL. Yeah, they put together a really amazing series for us all, and yeah, we're pretty lucky on what we got, all of the surfers. But yeah, this place is beautiful, and I've just been enjoying it, and yeah, I've been really just thankful for kind of the people that support me and the people kind of that are close to me and the people that believe in me, I guess. But yeah, I'm really happy.
Congrats. Thanks for being our friend. Number 1 in the world, Katie Simmers. 3 wins this year on the championship tour. She's guaranteed to be at lower trestles to compete for a world title in September. Now, the last man standing, a 2019 world champion, picking up his 2nd win of the year, but his first ever here in his home country of Brazil. Your champion of the Vivo Rio Pro, presented by Corona, Italo Ferreira. Italo picking up his 9th career championship tour win. In the finest form I've seen you in a long time, man. Absolutely ripping. You're winning. Your backflip off the stage earlier was the best one I've ever seen you do.
Yeah, that was a good one, huh? I'm gonna speak Portuguese better, right? Então, galera, realmente foram dias incríveis aqui em Saquarema. Parabéns todo o público, a WSL e todos os patrocinadores pela realização desse evento. Realmente é um evento gigantesco e que transforma cada vez, né, o cenário do surf, e a gente acaba ganhando cada vez mais, né? E isso transforma nossas vidas, nos impulsiona, né, muda a vida daqueles que estão ao nosso redor, né? E hoje, graças a Deus, eu consegui essa vitória. Era um dos lugares do mundo que eu não tinha vencido ainda, e eu coloquei isso na cabeça. Orei muito por essa vitória, junto com a minha família, com os meus amigos, né? E Deus realizou esse sonho, né? Então, não só basta a gente ter talento, né? A gente tem que acreditar e ter fé que é possível também, né? Então, por algumas vezes eu tentei na força do braço e eu vi que isso não acontece da forma que a gente quer, e sim da forma que Deus planeja. E a gente tem que acreditar até o fim. Então, agradecer primeiramente a Deus, né, pela essa oportunidade de poder estar aqui hoje, né, com esse troféu de primeiro lugar, que eu dedico ao meu pai, que é uma inspiração para mim. E a gente veio do nada. É fácil para as pessoas apontar o dedo em alguns momentos, né, mas elas não sabem o que a gente passou até chegar aqui, né, o quão a gente se dedicou e acreditou que isso era possível, né? Então, essa é para você, pai. Tá aí, ó.
What a moment for your whole family. Quickly, just shortly in English, what does it mean to hand that trophy to your dad right now?
This is a really special moment for me, you know. I was dreaming for that, and then I say, Dad, I'm gonna give you the trophy, and then this is a really, really good moment. And then he's super stoked right now, and I just want to say thank you, God, for everything. So give me the trophy back, Pat.
Perfect, beautiful. Congratulations, Italo. This is a great moment seeing you in this kind of form, your second win, and all roads are looking incredible to compete for another world title this year. Parabéns, irmão. Enjoy the moment and your night tonight.
Yeah, thank you. That was a good day, for sure. Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations to our champions. Katie going back-to-back, #1 in the world. Yago showing up again, and Sawyer, what an incredible rookie season. The celebration will continue down here on the beach as we send it back to the Corona Cero post show with Kaipo. Muito obrigado. Valeu.
Muito obrigada.
Oh man, pretty classic presentation, some classic personalities there. You know, Italo Ferreira, that final 5, he's there, he's #4 in the rankings. And he's putting himself a chance for another world title. The storylines continue, but we haven't talked about Katie Simmers, Mitchell, who's clinched her spot in the final 5, and she's way ahead of the women's rankings. Let's take a look at our women's rankings after stop #8 here at the Vivo Rio Pro presented by Corona, because there's been some movement up there, mostly by Katie Simmers. Mitchell, look at that lead, 48,000 points.
Yeah, close to 6,000 points separating her and Caroline Marks in second place. Still outstanding stuff by Brisa Hennessy. Do want to point out, though, the only change that we saw in the top 5, Gabriela Bryan did move up to the #5 spot. Still, the only person, though, as you mentioned, to clinch is Caitlin Simmers.
Yep, it's going to be a sprint now for that final 5 position. We have 4 more spots left for the women. We have 4 more spots left for the men. And that sprint's gonna happen, guys. Stop #9, we're bringing back a classic, Jesse. A classic, the Corona Fiji Pro, stop #9.
I mean, I can't wait for that. Mostly for me, goofy footer. I love seeing those type of conditions, and it's gonna be one of like the best one to watch, in my opinion. Like, you have barrels, you have ripping lefts, and you have all of that going down to see who clinched the top 5.
Mitchell, what a way to settle the other 4 spots for our men and women. None other than Cloud Break out in Fiji.
Yeah, and it's been 7 years since we've been there, too. It's really exciting to be able to go back as a goofy footer, as Jesse mentioned. It's really awesome to see another left on tour. It took us a long time, and now knowing that that's going to be a venue to really qualify a lot of people for the Lexus WSL Finals, I'm excited to see something different. Kaipo was about dang time.
Yeah, August 20th. That's going to kick off over there in Cloud Break, right off of that beautiful heart-shaped island of Tavarua. We got more stuff to talk about right now. Our Vista CT Shaper rankings. I'm going to keep this with Mitch, with you. I know you're a fan of Loss.
It's over.
They're 67,000
It's
points.
over.
67,000 points ahead of #2 Sharp Eye.
Yeah, they moved up, though, so shout out to Marcia Zuvi and the entire team over there at Sharp Eye. Once again, Paizel getting some points with John at this event. But DHD, they were out of the top 5. Kaipo, they moved up to #5. And once again, CI, they've been in the top 5 all year long. This is over, though. Mayhem, once again, they're going to be wearing yellow at the end of the year.
It'd be hard-pressed, I think, to find Matt Biolis in yellow. I can't wait to see him.
He's going to be wearing that jersey.
In a yellow shirt. Matt, we're going to make one for you. This is good stuff. You know what's other good stuff? Favorite part, Jesse? I get to talk about our top 5 moments of this event. And we had so many good moments, but let's check out our top 5 moments of this event, starting with #5. #5 is an obvious one. We saw the awards presentation. #5, Jesse, the crowd, the people, everyone coming out, the energy here in Saquarema.
Hey man, it feels like a soccer day. It feels like I'm going to the soccer field and watching a big game. It's amazing to watch all this crowd supports the Brazilians, and actually all the surfers. They love watching good surfing. And look at that, from all ages, from young to older, and it's making it more special.
Yeah, what a crowd, great energy. Love it. That's why we come here. #4, it was Dora dominance here, Mitchell. Back-to-back finals in Saquarema.
Yeah, he's catching fire, too. 2 finals in a row, a couple runner-up finishes. He's just outside of the top 5. But as we were explaining before, it's not just the aerial attack that he has on display. It's also the combination of maneuvers on rail. And to me, guys, this guy makes it to lower trestles. We could easily be seeing another name next to Brazil right there in terms of world champions, Kaipo. To me, he's the most creative surfer on tour. I'd love to see him compete at the Lexus WSL Finals.
Yeah, well, he's just right outside that Final 5 conversation, sitting at number 6 in the rankings, going into stop number 9. So it's right within that strong grasp of Yago Dora.
I love how you mentioned how creative he is. Even on his backhand in El Salvador, where we saw it, that type of surfing, you don't see it often. And here, obviously expecting for him to do every bag in the trick as he did it today.
Number 3, Jesse, rookie magic. 2 finals this year for Sawyer Lindblad.
How's that, right? Like for you to have your back against the wall before the cut, making a final, and right here once again, unfortunately for her, couldn't really provide much opportunities for herself in the finals, but great surfing or rail. Looks like a veteran, finishing off with very critical turns, being very smart, beating some big names, and yeah, just shows how ready she is for the tour.
Number 2, Katie Simmers, Mitchell. She goes back-to-back here at the Vivo Rio Pro, and she clinches her spot in the WSL Finals.
760, baby, 760, repping the O side right there for Caitlin Simmers. Not only did she go back-to-back, she demonstrated why she's leading the rankings right now, Kaipo. Composed, mature, and I mean, the arsenal that she has on the attack right there. She mentioned with Joe up on stage that she only can do backhand cutbacks. That's not true. She can truly go up into the lip line and hit it with a lot of power too.
Ah, what the feeling for Katie Simmers. And that brings us to number 1. Bravo, Italo Ferreira, 9th CT win, 2 CT wins this season. Italo on fire, Jesse.
I mean, well deserved for him, obviously. They're basically tied as far as performances on the men's sides, him and Yago, but man, for you to take the win, you got to do it in the finals as well, and he did it. He found the right waves. He looked calm, collective, barely had any mistakes besides this wave right here that we're watching. He could have put the nail in the coffin, but left the door open for Yago, but Yago didn't take the opportunity, and Italo took the win on this one.
Oh, talk about a passionate win. Giving the trophy to his dad.
And taking it back.
Okay, taking it back. A career that started by surfing on a cooler lid, and now he is not just a world champ, not just a gold medalist, but a 9-time CT champ. And I would love to see him in the WSL Finals at the end of the year after stop number 9 over in Fiji. Oh, man, what a great event that we've had here. But the show will continue. First of all, thank you, Jesse. It's been awesome to have you and all your analysts. Always good to work with you, Mitchell. Such a good time. But remember, the show still goes on. We're going to talk about the path to the championship tour. That's via the Challenger Series. That's the Bolito Pro presented by O'Neill. That starts July 1st. Tune into worldsurfleague.com for all of those updates. And with that, I'd like to give you guys a big cheers. The Corona Ceros.
Cheers, everyone.
Salute.
I've never been to an event where everyone's just like screaming your name when you're walking down or like cheering for you when you get a good wave. I've never witnessed a more energetic, just happy people.
This is basically the surf mecca of Brazil. I'm just very grateful to be a part of it.
Yeah, we can hear them from the water. We don't have this anywhere around the world.
It's a crazy feeling when there's thousands of people on the beach that are going against you. When I would make my turns, it was like the quietest ever, and then when she would do a turn, it was like the whole beach was just vibrating. Yeah, I mean, I love it.
feel like more excited, you know? All the fans like screaming on the beach and everyone's like, yeah! And it's super fun, yeah. And we can see that, yeah.
Pumping. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day.
No, the dead don't die. I can feel them now. When I close my eyes, yeah, my chest gets loud. I can feel my breath. I can hear that sound. I won't take no less. Gonna burn this town. I've been so lost. I've been Held me up, never let it fall. Had me roll like an animal. Back to the bone. Watch out, 'cause you know I'm strong. And I don't care what you think you got. It's not fair.
You think you're gonna win the event?
I mean, that's the plan.
Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone. Whoa, 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 whoa. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my
Yago's walking out right now. The crowd is stacked. You can hear them. They chant Yago.
Don't care what you think you got. It's not fair what you think you got. That's how it goes. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone.
Katie Simmers is your champ. And a nice victory lap always feels good.
The moment has come true for this man from Bahia Formosa. A lot of hard work to make his first final out here in Brazil, turns it into an event title. And your champion, Italo Ferreira of the Vivo Rio Pro, presented by Corona. This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.